Hi guys. Okay, so I'm going to start this off with just a little tiny bit of my story so that you guys can understand that I have been through the process of this business. I am not one of those people that joined and 30 days later I was a diamond. I am one of those people that joined. It took me over 2 months to even get my first teammate. It took me 2 more months after that to get my next teammate. I didn't even promote for 4 months, and then it took me 8 months to be making even like a decent paycheck, and then it took me an entire year to get to diamond from that point. So it took me a total of 18 months to get to diamond. I am recording, Marissa. So my name is Hope Weston. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a diamond leader with ItWorks, and I started back in September of 2015. And I started because honestly, we were sharing a car. We were both working 2 jobs. We were both in school, and we were planning our wedding. We were planning our wedding with a budget of exactly $0, which means we were doing it as cheap as possible, which is just not what every little girl grows up dreaming about, right? We grow up dreaming about this perfect day, and even though our wedding was beautiful and amazing, it still sucked to have that limit. And so my enroller actually hit me up about trying hair, skin, nails. I realized I couldn't even afford $40 a month for some hair vitamins, and that was a huge wake-up call to me, and I realized that I needed to do something different. I had been working in the customer service industry since I was 13 years old, was when I had my very first job, and I had done restaurants, hotels, grocery stores, all kinds of different things. But at the time I was working about 32 hours a week at the grocery store that I had been at for 2 years. And then I was working at a restaurant. So I was pulling 16-hour days, 3 or 4 days a week. And it was just destroying me as a 21-year-old person. I was so exhausted. I felt like a shell of myself. And so when I started this business, I started for just an extra $300 a month. And when I hit that, I caught the vision and I realized that this could be so much more than that. And it has been, and it's going to continue to be for me because of some of the things that I'm going to talk to you guys about today. So I think that one of the most important things that I want to talk about is just how this is called Newbie to Ruby for a reason, right? So I want to talk about, like, the second you hit submit, what are the most important things that you can do to kick off your business in the right way? And I know some of you aren't brand new. So if you're not and you didn't do those things, this is something that you can now go back and do. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to not write off a single person that you already know. I do not want you to go onto your Facebook and decide who is or isn't interested in the products or the business that we offer. If you go down your friends list and you say, nope, Amanda's not interested, nope, Ashley's not interested, nope, Cassie's not interested, and you never even ask them, then you are making that decision for them. And that is just absolutely not what you want to do. So you need to make sure that you are reaching out to the people who you already know, that you have a real relationship with, even if you haven't talked to them in 5 years. If you went to school together or if you worked together at a job, then you need to be reaching out to them. It doesn't have to be intense. We as network marketers are never attached to the outcome of any conversation that we have, right? Our job is just to have the conversations, lots of conversations. Our job is not to be attached to any one person signing up or ordering at any given time. So you need to, as a distributor in this business, you need to realize right off the bat that you're going to ask everybody, and you're not going to ask in a rude way, in a way that makes them feel like you're being pushy. You're just going to say, hey, here's what I'm offering. Would you be interested? And they're either going to say no, thank you, or not right now, or ignore you, or say yes, and you can give them more information. And, you know, the first 3 options that I just gave you, no, thank you, not right now, or not responding at all, is a majority of the kinds of messages that you're going to get back, right? And that is okay. We're going to talk about the basics of building a business on social media, but also living your business in your life in such a way that if somebody reads your message, if you send somebody a message for the first time and they read it and they don't respond, they are going to be able to continue watching your journey, watching you grow. And that in turn is going to show them, excuse me, drinking a lot of coffee, guys, trying to keep my energy up. that in turn is going to show them what it is that you're trying to offer them. So let's talk about the basics a little bit, guys. Like, let's just talk about what are the very, very basic parts of this business. And these are things that you can do on social media or you can do in person, right? So it doesn't have to be one or the other. Most people, everyone should be doing both, right? In a realistic world, everyone should be both building their business on social media and in person. So our job, how we make money, is we talk to as many new people every single day as we can. And whether that's new messages that we're sending out, commenting on people's statuses, talking to people in line at the grocery store. It's the holidays. There's a lot of parties happening with people who maybe you don't see all year long, your family or old friends that are coming out of town to your family's house. You need to be talking to these people, guys. And once again, you don't have to do it in a, would you like to try my wraps? You can just say, you can just be excited. You can just talk about how you're doing something new. And you're doing something outside of the box, and you're surrounded by positive people, and you're watching people. You can, if you're in my direct downline, you can use me. If you're in, Allie's downline, you can use her. If you're on this Zoom, I'm just going to assume you're on Jade's team, so you can talk about Jade and what she's accomplished and how that's making you excited for what you can accomplish. And you can, when you're genuinely excited, when you're genuinely pumped about what you're doing, it is not hard to bring it up to people. Think about like how easy it is. I don't know, this is probably a bad example, but like you go out on Black Friday and you get like a killer deal on a TV. Like, are you not telling everyone like, oh my gosh, you guys, I went out on Black Friday and there's this TV. It was normally $500. I got it for $150. Like, are you not just like so excited about this amazing thing that you found? That is exactly how you should be talking about this business. It doesn't have to be intense. It doesn't have to be weird. It just has to come from you and your excitement and enthusiasm. So that's basic number one, guys, is we're just talking to people, and that, like I said, it can be on social media or in person. And then the next basic is expanding your circle. And again, that can be in person or on social media. We need to be making sure that we're adding new people on Facebook, adding new people on Instagram. But more importantly, we need to make sure that we're pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zones in real life as well. If you're a college student and you're not making friends with the people who are in your classes, you're missing an opportunity. If you have a real quote unquote real job like I do, and you're not talking to your coworkers and your bosses, and just even being friends with them on your social media so that they can start seeing your posts, you're missing out on an opportunity. So another thing that I was going to say is if you're not in classes, if you're not working full time, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, get into some mommy groups. Go to the park and make some new mom friends. If you're young and you have a day job and you're not taking any classes, take a class through your local rec center of something that you're interested in, because that is going to lead you to other people who are also interested. So I know that we're a primarily social media team, and so some of you are probably like panicking right now because you're like, Hope, I thought you said I could do this all from my phone. And you totally can do it all from your phone. And I have done it all from my phone. I've only done like 5 or 6 parties in my entire over 2 years of doing this. But I also recognize that you just do whatever it takes to fill out your steps to success. And if that means you're messaging 500 people a week on Instagram and that's what's doing it for you, then that's great. But if you find yourself struggling on social media, or you find that you just can't do quite enough on social media, then you need to do whatever it takes to fill out this bad boy right here. And this is the next thing that I want to talk about. So your basics is that you're talking to people, you're adding new people to your circle, and you're following up with those people. And it takes a decent amount of time to really see the results from talking to new people and adding new people to your circle, right? It is very, very rare that you talk to somebody and they sign up the day that you talk to them, right? Like, it happens, but it's not very often. So you need to be prepared to put that time into your business. Statistically, it takes 7 to 21 exposures for somebody to commit to what you're doing. Those exposures could be conversations. Those exposures can be follow-up messages. Those exposures can be your posts, but people need to continuously have the opportunity and the products put in front of them in order for them to, be excited about it and have it be something that they want to do. So for example, if you signed up last month and you've been messaging people, you've probably only followed up with them 2 or 3 times at this point. So that's not even half of the 7, and it's not even a quarter of the 21 times that it could take somebody to join your team. I have people who I've been following up with for 2.5 years, and I'm still following up with them because you just never know when they're going to be ready. So those are the basics of the business, guys. You're talking to people, you're adding new people to your circle in whatever way that is, on social media or in person out meeting people, and you're following up with people. Is that after they say no? It depends on the way in which they say no. If they're straight up like, no one stop messaging me, then I'm gonna be like, okay, have a nice day, like, bye. But if they're just like, no, girl, I just like really can't right now, then I usually say something like, girl, I'm really sorry to hear that you're struggling. Like, that's a bummer. And then I'll wait, instead of messaging them the very next week, maybe I'll wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, or until, the new year is right around the corner, guys. Every single time somebody says like, no, thank you, or not right now, like, you should be putting them on your list to message them again, like January 2nd, basically, because that is what happens in the new year. So obviously if somebody tells me straight up, like, stop talking to me, then I will definitely not message them again, because we are not in the business of convincing people. I am not interested in signing up people who are not interested. I have plenty of people who are interested in our products and our business. I do not need the ones who I need to, convince or pressure to do this. So those are your basics. Talk to a ton of new people, meet a ton of new people, follow up a lot until they sign up. So the reason that we do this, why do we talk to a lot of people and add a lot of people and follow up with a lot of people? Because we are trying to fill out our steps to success, guys. This sheet of paper literally comes in our starter kit. Our company literally gives us a blueprint of what we need to do every single month to make money. And here is the craziest thing. And Allie Frazier actually told me this the other day, and it like blew my mind. If you did your steps to success and all of the people that you signed up did their steps to success, in 5 months, you would have over 1,000 people in your downline, and you would be close to Ambassador Diamond in 5 months. If we can do this and we can teach our teams to do this, that is the kind of growth that you can expect in your business. So for those of you who don't know the steps to success, step 1, it says join the party. But once you've already joined, the first step is to make sure that your commission's qualified. And the best way to do that is to run an auto shipment. I understand that not everyone can run an auto shipment. No one starts this business because they have $100 every month to throw up for some products. But what I will tell you is that if you can afford to run your auto shipment with a bag of wraps in your auto shipment, and you can get good at talking to people in real life and selling those wraps back, you are guaranteeing your paycheck, you're making a $40 profit, and you're getting an extra product in every auto shipment as well. There are so many options for getting a bag of wraps and one other product in your auto shipment. If you cannot do your auto shipment, absolutely no way, then you need to make sure that you're hitting that 150 personal bonus volume every month. And that's through your orders and your personal customers' orders. So that's step 1. Make sure your commission's qualified. Make sure you're getting a paycheck. Step 2 is to sign those 4 customers every single month, guys. And 4 customers, should be like your bare minimum of customers that you want to sign up on a monthly basis. Customers are, I'm not going to say easier than distributors, but I would say that it's a lot quicker decision for somebody to decide they want to try out some products before they're going to decide that they want to try out a business, right? And don't be afraid to ask your potential distributors if they would like to be a customer first. If they're feeling really anxious about making that $99 commitment and they're not sure if they're going to like it, ask them if they'd like to join the 90-day program so they can try the products themselves. And that is going to help you fill out these 4 spots for your customers as well. So we're making sure we're commissions qualified. We're getting at least 4 customers every single month. And the third part is making sure that you're adding 3 new teammates to your team every single month. Now, I prefaced this entire meeting by telling you guys that it took me 2 months to sign 1 distributor, and then it took me another 2 months to sign another one. So I understand that your steps to success doesn't always happen for every single person every single month. But if you can make it your goal to add 3 new teammates every single month, and you tell yourself at the beginning of the month that you're going to get at least 3 new teammates this month, you are going to get a lot closer to your goal, right? It is so much better to look at this and say, I'm going to get 3 teammates this month and go out there and get 1, than it is to look at this and go, 3 teammates, I'm really bad at signing distributors, so I'm not going to sign any. Like, you guys have to have that attitude of, if you are interested in the business and you came up with the $99 to join, then there is other people who need this business and they will come up with the $99 to join. So this is the steps to success, guys. This is what we need to be doing, and this is what we need to be teaching our new people who sign up. And it makes it seem a little too simple, but that really is the simplicity of this business, is making sure that you're talking to enough people and following up with those people so that you can fill out your steps to success every single month. And technically, if you fill out your steps to success this month, and then everyone who you signed up does their steps to success next month, you will be Ruby in 2 months. And that's exactly what it says on your steps to success. It says, go Ruby. So what does that mean, guys? Like, what does that mean to promote, to go Ruby, to go Emerald? So when you very, very first get started, your first promotion is executive. And executive means you have 2 teammates under you and they both have 400 total volume. So that seems pretty simple, right? 2 teammates, both at 400 volume. When you hit Ruby, that means you have somebody under you who's executive, and you have 2 other distributors that are at 400 volume. The important thing to remember about this, guys, is that it doesn't just have to be 400 volume in just their orders and their customer orders. You can have more distributors in their downlines that are helping them get those sales and those orders. You just only use your top line for promoting, which means the people that are directly under you. So as a brand new newbie, if you have not promoted yet, then your goal needs to be your steps to success and helping your other new people do your steps to success. So let's talk about making money, though, because that's like the real reason we all join this business, is because we all want to make some money. And our CEO is freaking amazing and extended the Christmas cash through Christmas Eve. So like, hello, every 5 customers is $100. But I want to kind of break it down, like how many, like what it can do for you if you could fill out your steps to success and the people that you're signing up fill out your steps to success. Like, I want to figure out like exactly how many points that would be. So if you enroll, so let's say you get your 4 customers, that's 4 points. I'm going to have to write this down. I'm bad at math, guys. I'm not bad at math. I'm not practiced at math. I'm trying to stop saying that I'm bad at things. So that's 4 points. So then you sign up 3 distributors, and that's 6 points. So that's your first $200 right there. And then when those 3 distributors go out and get their 4 loyal customers, that is 15 more points. So if you go out and do your steps to success and show the people that you sign up how to do their steps to success, at least getting their first 4 customers, you make $500 in just cash bonuses from that alone. $500, guys, like right before Christmas, that's an incredible amount of money, especially when you've just started your business. You've not only made your investment back, you've made $400 over your investment. So, I mean, I think that sometimes we just overcomplicate, right? Sometimes when we first get started, there's so many things to learn. There's so many things happening. But the most important thing that you can do is to talk to people, is to be excited, and is to not doubt yourself and to not doubt the process of this business. You may not go Ruby in 2 months. I didn't go Ruby in 2 months. I went Ruby in 6 months. There are people who don't go Ruby in a year and they're still pushing. And you have to just get it in your mind that this business is not a sprint. Yes, right now we have the opportunity for you to make $500 lickety split in the next 2 weeks, but also the basis of this business is residual income. And what we mean by that is that the work that I did back in September of 2015 is still paying me today. The first distributor that I ever signed up back in November of 2015, she's a diamond leader on my team now. So that investment of time and energy that I took to talk to her, to follow up with her, to get her to sign up is still benefiting me and my entire team to this day. So you can't look at any one conversation as a waste of time. Even if they end up blocking you, even if they end up being rude, it was not a waste of time, because you never know when that person that you're talking to is going to be that rockstar distributor or is going to be that loyal customer that orders $300 worth of product every single month. So don't think that any of the income producing activities that we're teaching you guys is a waste of time. All of the time that you invest into your business at the beginning of your business, talking to people, meeting new people, following up with people, you might not see that in your paycheck next month or even the month after, but I can guarantee you that if in 1 year you're still sitting here on these Zooms with me and you have invested the time into doing those things, you will be receiving a pretty amazing paycheck just from working from your phone. So does anybody have other questions, like about promoting, about signing customers, about signing distributors? Because I think that the basis is just that you need to be having those loyal customer conversations, and you need to watch me and Allie's training on signing distributors. That's like a whole hour on that on that topic. So if you need, if you're like, Hope, I cannot sign distributors for the life of me, then go ahead and go watch that training as well. That's available to you guys. I'll tell you guys a quick little story though about signing distributors, because I love telling this story because people's minds are always like blown. So a year ago today, I was sitting here in my business and I had watched almost every single person on my team walk away, and it was very hard, and I was feeling pretty upset. And I just kind of realized that the only thing that was going to change anything was my attitude. And so where I had been telling myself, well, I'm really good at signing customers, I'm just not really good at signing distributors, or nobody has the money to join my team, or nobody is dedicated enough to join my team, I started telling myself that I was good at signing distributors, and that there was people who wanted this, and that I was going to sign them up. And I promise you guys, I sat down, I had a very serious come to Jesus moment, like December 31st of 2016, where I was like, girl, you got to get your head on straight. You have to have faith in this business and in this process. And if you want to be diamond, because I wasn't even diamond at this point, you need to get your head on straight. So the very next morning, January 1st of 2017, I told myself that I was going to help 100 people start their businesses in 2017, which is a crazy big goal, right? I kicked off the year signing 10 distributors in January. I signed 5 in February. I signed 10 more in March, 5 more in April, 10 more in May. The $10 deal hit in June. I signed 50 people with the $10 deal, and now I am sitting here only 5 distributors away from signing up 100 teammates this year, and we're in the last month of the year. So your attitude and the way that you talk to yourself about your business will decide how you are talking to your potentials, basically. I'm kind of iffy about cold messaging sometimes because of the people who post screenshots and call you out. So there is no remedy for crappy people. And I'm just going to put that out there first and foremost. But here's what I believe in my heart, Christina. I didn't really cold message until about a year and a half into my business. And I'm being straight up honest with you guys. I messaged people who liked my posts. I messaged people who commented on my posts, and I messaged people who I saw in my news feed who I thought who would like our products or who would. But I didn't do hardly any just like go to my followers and send out messages. Here's what I believe. I believe that the relationship is more important than the sale. So if somebody is not ready to hear my message, then I'm not going to message them. If I haven't interacted enough on their profile, I'm not going to message them. However, I know in my heart that every single message that I send out is sincere. There is not a single time that I'm sending out cold messages that I am not genuinely thinking of how I can help that person, right? So if your message says, hey, I need somebody to try some products, you want to try some? That is a message that could more than likely be taken the wrong way. All of my messages go something like, hey girl, I'm really sorry if I'm bothering you, but you seem super sweet, so I had to reach out. I'm looking for some people to try some plant-based products, and if you're interested, I can give you a huge discount. Would you be down to do something like this? I know in my heart that I am approaching them sincerely, I'm approaching them humbly, and I'm asking them if they would be interested. If they are not interested, if the answer is no, okay, the answer is no. And I just posted my little tip in Legendary Diamonds about people who say no, but basically I just say, okay, no worries. We offer a ton of different things, and I like give them a little list. And then I say, and just so you know, it's not selling or promoting, it's just trying out some products, just so you have the info. Like, I hope you have a nice day. And I know that I am trying to help people. So yeah, do I get like snotty? Like I had this girl, she was like, I get the same message from every single distributor 6 times a day. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm really sorry if I bothered you. Like, you're never going to avoid people who are so unhappy in their lives that they have to spread it onto other people. But what you can do, Christina, is that you can know that you're coming from a place of loving people and wanting to help people. So when people respond negatively, you know that it's not you. It's not anything that you did. It's just who, you know, like who they are and what they're dealing with in their lives. Yeah, that's great, Christina. That's great. Marissa, can you talk go over how you have personally attracted people to join your team? Of course I can. So this is like a huge part of what me and Allie talked about. So once again, like go watch that right after we get off of here, if you haven't yet. But life posts, like vulnerable life posts. I hadn't like posted about this because it happened before I started my business. And so like, I never really thought about it, but I'm going to challenge you guys to do something tonight. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to go back in your camera roll in your phone, like way back. And I want you to find something that like kind of stirs you up a little bit inside. So for me, it was a picture of when my husband crashed his car back in 2015. And I was going through my camera roll and I saw this picture of my husband's little white Mazda Miata. A teenage girl had pulled out in front of him around a blind turn. The front of the car was completely smashed. And I got this call while I was at work. And I thought, this is a great life post. So I edited up my image a little bit, put a white border on it. And I said, guys, in July of 2015, I got one of the worst phone calls that you can get. And that's, honey, I've been in an accident. And I kind of I said, okay, I got to the scene and it was really scary, but through insurance, we got a new car. 2 weeks later, the transmission in my car went out. And I will never forget crying on the phone to my boss, calling out of work. And I was so scared and I was so stressed because first of all, I couldn't afford a car without insurance, like without my insurance paying for it. Since it wasn't an accident, it was just something that happened with the car. We weren't going to get insurance money for that. So and then having to call out of work because I had no way to get to work. And then that was money that was lost as well. And I was just so scared and so stressed. And I remember that moment so vividly. The car broke down right over the hill from my house. So I walked up over the hill, and I will never forget crying on the phone to my boss, walking up over the hill and literally just freaking out about how we were going to pay for it. 2 years later, sitting here driving the nicest, newest car. I own a 2017 Honda Civic that is so safe. and so new. And I have made my payment every single month with my check from ItWorks. That's a life post. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't just say, I make money from home and it's really fun. Like you talk about, why is this important to you? What have you struggled with? What makes this business worth it to you every single day? Get vulnerable, get real, and then be a friend, guys. Be a friend. I have a girl who's been wanting to join our team for like over 8 months. Every single time she almost joins, something goes down in her family. It's like one thing after another. Yesterday, I texted her. I was like, girl, what is going on? She was like, Hope, I'm so broke. I'm so depressed. My birthday is tomorrow. I literally don't even have money to go do anything for myself. I sent her a $10 Starbucks e-card and was like, treat yourself for your birthday, girl. And she texted me today and she was like, Hope, you are so blah, blah. And I'm not saying you need to send $10 to all of your potentials. Obviously, I'm just saying, like, listen to what people are saying. If they're struggling to come up with the money, you need to be a friend. You need to be understanding. It might have taken you some time to get the money together when you were first approached about the business. It might still take you, if you're a newbie, then you're still in that stage of struggling with money. So don't be ignorant to the fact that there are people who would join your team if they could, and they will join when they can. But if you blow them off just because they're not ready this week, then they're never going to join your team. So don't do that. Be a friend, be understanding, be caring, be patient. This business is not a sprint. It's a marathon. And if I was not still sitting here 2 years later, I would not be signing up the people that I'm signing up. You know, they would be signing up with somebody else, or they wouldn't be signing up at all. So, what if you haven't made me yet? So how would you end your life post? I would end my life post with, I am so grateful for an opportunity to make $500 a month so that I can go get a new car with a car payment so that I never have to worry about this kind of thing ever again. Yeah, that's what I would do. So if you, always talk about where you're going, always talk about where I'm still talking about where I'm going. I talk about making $5,000 a month. I talk about it all the time because it's on my dream board. And that's been my goal for over a year, is to see a over $5,000 commission check. And I talk about it, and people don't even relate with $5,000 a month that much. They relate a lot better with $200, $300, $500 a month. So don't be afraid to talk about those quote unquote smaller amounts that you guys are earning. If you earn a $100 Christmas cash bonus, you need to blow up your social media and everyone you're talking to about the fact that you made $100 with your business before Christmas, even just $100. There are so many people that would do anything for an extra $100 to buy their kids some presents for Christmas, would do anything. So you need to take pride in the little amounts. My first check was $36, and I'm pretty sure I posted about filling up my gas tank, and I got potentials from that. Because I used to literally scrounge change in my seats to put gas in my car. But with my ItWorks check, I was able to fill it all the way up. It was all I could do with my check, but it was still exciting and people still connected with it. So you have to just take the little victories. Even signing up customers, guys. If you get a new customer, you should be sitting on my couch, just helped Carol order her greens detox. I can't believe it's so easy to do what I do. Even just little tiny things like that show people how easy it is to work your business without attaching a dollar amount to it is fantastic. Yep. Perfect, Marissa. Exactly. So unless you guys have any more questions, I think that about wraps it up. I don't want you guys to think about it too hard. I don't want you guys to overcomplicate it. I want you guys to fill out your steps to success. And that's it. That's all I want you guys to be focused on. Talk to lots of people, meet lots of people, follow up with lots of people, sign 4 customers and 3 distributors at least every single month, and then tag them in this training to teach them how to do it. So, sorry, Christina said something. One of my problems that I've always dealt with is what people think of me. I try not to let it bother me, but I can't seem to worry when I watched you and Allie's video. So I tried to take from that. Tashana, I will tag you in it when we get off of here, babe. Marissa, go for it. Go.
Okay.
Do it.
So when I first joined, I was terrified as heck to be vulnerable in my posts. Like, that was the scariest thing ever for me, talking about being broke, anything like that. In October, I lost my job. I was fired. Lost my job. So I literally had nothing. I was like, I had no idea how I was going to pay rent, anything like that. And I was terrified to even tell people about it. And then one day I was like, you know what? Like, this is what's going to pay for my bills. Like, this is it. So I was like, why am I not telling people that? This is literally where I am. I have no money. I have no idea where my life is going. Yeah, things are a mess, but if I didn't have ItWorks, I have no idea what I would do. So, like, yeah, there's going to be people that are going to be like, why the heck would you do that? But it doesn't matter because they're not the ones that are putting money in your pocket. They're not the ones that are allowing you to have a life.
And I think that you just hit the nail on the head. There's a lot of people that are going to be like, why are you doing this? You are showing them why you're doing this. You should be talking about why you're doing this like every single day. I just made a why post today about my husband and my puppy and about how when I look at them, every hater is silenced. Every obstacle becomes a new challenge that I'm trying to overcome. And I put my blinders on, Christina. Focus on your family. Focus on your goals, your dreams. If somebody's going to call CPS on you for saying that you're struggling, then they have some serious issues, because I will tell you that social media has become a place for us to all share our highlight reel, and 99.9% of people are not doing as well as they say they're doing. It's just, I'm just going to put this out here for you specifically, Christina. The block button was invented for a reason. If you have people from your hometown that are giving you crap specifically that you're worried about specifically, block them, unfriend them, don't let them see your posts. Like, there are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that you need to talk to that are in the exact same situation as you, that need to hear your story. And if you're letting a couple of negative haters stop you from sharing that, then you are going to be, first of all, cutting off your own business way too short. And second of all, not offering this opportunity to other people, which is absolutely not what you want to do. So thank you guys so much for getting on. I love doing these things for you guys. And I hope that you all have like an awesome night. I hope that this helped. I hope you go home and you take these tips and you use them. And I believe that every single person on this Zoom can promote 2, 3, 4 times in the boom season if we can just keep it simple, keep it duplicatable, and keep our excitement and our passion alive for why we're doing this and what we're doing. So